What if we never sat down?
No big deal. AumSum never sits. He just sleeps.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if we never sat down, physicians will have a lot of work on their hands. Secondly, if we never sat down, just like horses, even we will have to get used to sleeping while standing. Thirdly, if we never sat down, sale of chairs and couches will definitely nosedive. Fourthly, if we never sat down, cars in which we can stand and drive will gain in popularity. Lastly, if we never sat down, even our pet dogs may learn how to stand. What if Earth was made of electricity?
No big deal. Even AumSum is made of electricity.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if Earth was made of electricity, Moon may start staying away from Earth.
But why is that?
Because Moon may start getting electric shocks from Earth. Secondly, if Earth was made of electricity, Sun may no longer remain the center of attraction.
Really?
Yup, because planets may start queuing up in front of Earth to get free electricity. Lastly, if Earth was made of electricity, Earth may get completely bogged down.
Why would Earth get bogged down?
Because humans may take extreme advantage of Earth's electricity. What if trees started working? Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if trees started working, some trees are huge in size. They may occupy the entire office space. Secondly, if trees started working, animals who live on trees may start working as the tree's assistants. Thirdly, if trees started working, trees require sun rays to grow. We may have to give up our favorite office space. Fourthly, if trees started working, trees have huge roots. We may start slipping on them. Fifthly, if trees started working, trees are used to standing for long durations. We may not be able to compete against them. Lastly, if trees started working, trees and insects go hand in hand. We may have no option but to work along with them. What if our homes were made of glass?
Oh no, I just built a home of gold.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if our homes were made of glass, our homes may start breaking very, very easily. Secondly, if our homes were made of glass, thieves will find it extremely easy to break in. Cops will have a lot of work on their hands. Thirdly, if our homes were made of glass, our homes may now look fantastic. Even aliens might shift in. Fourthly, if our homes were made of glass, stains are easily visible on glass. Some people may get obsessed with cleaning them. Fifthly, if our homes were made of glass, sun rays can pass easily through glass. We may start sweating profusely. Lastly, if our homes were made of glass, glass is considered to be a slippery material. We may keep on slipping. What if oceans were made of gold?
No ways. Only AumSum is made of gold.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if oceans were made of gold, fishes would suddenly become extremely rich. They might start living in huge mansions. Secondly, if oceans were made of gold, cities would suddenly get empty. Beaches would suddenly get extremely crowded. Thirdly, if oceans were made of gold, all thieves might migrate near the ocean. Cops might be waiting for them. Fourthly, if oceans were made of gold, weird alien creatures might start popping up in oceans. Many fishes might leave for a different planet. Fifthly, if oceans were made of gold, other sports might lose their charm. Swimming might become extremely popular. Lastly, if oceans were made of gold, birds may start feeling left out. They might start flying inside oceans. What if all oceans froze up?
Don't worry. AumSum will heat them up.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if all oceans froze up, boats may stop moving. Some people may permanently start staying there. Secondly, if all oceans froze up, we may have to get used to living with sharks. Thirdly, some people love ice skating. If all oceans froze up, their joy shall know no bounds. Fourthly, if all oceans froze up, aliens who live in extremely hot climates may permanently shift here. Fifthly, if all oceans froze up, surfers will definitely leave for a different planet. Lastly, if all oceans froze up, people may start building homes on ocean. Real estate brokers will be one happy lot. What if everyone becomes a pilot?
No big deal. AumSum is already a pilot.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if everyone becomes a pilot, traffic cops may not have much left to do. Secondly, if everyone becomes a pilot, birds may not have much space left to fly. They may start driving cars. Thirdly, if everyone becomes a pilot, people who have a fear of flying may shift to a different planet. Fourthly, if everyone becomes a pilot, there might be a shortage of jet fuel. People may be seen carrying planes on their heads. Fifthly, if everyone becomes a pilot, some people might get overexcited. They may end up in space. Lastly, if everyone becomes a pilot, even aliens may not be left with much space to fly. What if we lived on Mount Everest?
No big deal. AumSum can live anywhere.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if we lived on Mount Everest, people who are afraid of heights may never dare to look down. Secondly, if we lived on Mount Everest has very little oxygen. We may need to wear oxygen masks at all times. Thirdly, if we lived on Mount Everest is the highest place on Earth. Even aliens might start visiting us there. Fourthly, it is extremely difficult to climb Mount Everest. If we lived on Mount Everest, many people may never dare to come down. Fifthly, if we lived on Mount Everest, we may have to jump off to get even the smallest of items. Lastly, if we lived on Mount Everest, it is extremely cold on Mount Everest. We may have to wear a lot of jackets.